Recording in progress.
Sergey, hello. Do you hear me?
Recording is in progress, yes. I hear that.
Okay, so that's very good. First of all, I would like to ask you, how are you doing today? How was your day?
My day was насыщенный. My
so like
day
did
was
full of events.
full events, yes. Because this morning I did my morning homework.
All right.
Homework in English, I mean English homework. Then I came up with my text for promo video, and then I took my car and went to the park with my family, where they was walking around the park, and I always took my selfie stick, my my microphone. Yes, microphone. And
does it still exist in the 21st century?
Yes, yes, it's very old stick, and I was making instances for my future promo video. So we came home recently.
Okay, like you have came home recently, and I got what you mean. First of all, we have a very nice topic today. We are going to talk about scalping, but before that I would like to observe several questions which contains the words from the previous lesson, and I hope that you learn them. So let's start with the first one. So can you tell me, what are some strategies that business can employ to empower their employees and provide a positive work environment?
First of all, it's about right attention and right noticing of work. As I said in that lesson, I mean I should notice the best thing in my employees. I should appreciate. I should tell them about that, and I should appreciate their behavior. And if I do this correctly, their motivation is increase. So
like that's the way how you can boost their motivation.
Yes, it's correctly. Yes, and there is few things, few moments. As I said, as I remember, I should appreciate my employees public as it's possible, and but I should be strong and be direct in that cases when they are not very good. Not good.
Okay, I got you, but in that case it's better to use like if you're talking about praise, so you can praise your employees when other people are watching that. But if you're talking about some things which you don't want other people to hear, or some maybe, I don't know, like something which other people don't have to hear, you can do it like privately, or you can do it like in person.
Yes, exactly. This is a very huge mistake to do negotiations in the not very good mood. I think public. It's very big mistake.
To remark somebody publicly.
Yes, I should do it just one by one. That's all. And if I directly with them, and and they know their mistakes and so on, they they don't feel themselves bad. If we talk about if you talk about self-esteem and so on.
Mhm.
But if I do this public, I will I have not done it. But if someone do it, it's very hit to self mistake, and it's very bad, and you won't be you won't be уважаемый.
So like, okay, how would you say like поважати?
Respect. You won't be
respectable.
from yes, you won't be respectable from your employees if you have some problems and you say that publicly.
I get yes, like I got what you mean. We'll move on to the next question. So can you tell me, if you're talking about platforms where you can promote your business, what is the best platform to promote your business and accommodate your advertisement?
This is a good question. There are two platforms for promote our business, our type of business. First of all, it's about Facebook ads, Facebook and Instagram ads. The second, it's Google ads.
Okay, like I got you. Okay, yeah, like you can set up the target on these platforms, but what about like other platforms such as like TikTok? There are like or fortunately or unfortunately, you can't set up the target there.
Unfortunately, I have never used it for our services and all at all. But I heard that if you talk about services like us, like ours, it's not very good. But if you talk about online stores, there are a lot of clients, and I have instance of that from my colleague. Yes, when they got a lot of customers for their internet online store. But if you talk about services and B2B services, we have B2B services. If you know what
business to business, yeah.
Yes, business to business, and yes, and there is better to advertise it in Facebook or Google Ads. And I know, for example, my partner, my friend and my partner, he always doing advertisement in Facebook ads.
He always does. Like, sorry, I would like just to mark you a little bit. He always does, because we are talking about present simple. Yeah. Yes. Okay. He always does.
He always does. Yes, and he built all his business through Facebook, all his brand. He well-known brand in our market, and he built his.
But don't you consider don't you consider Facebook as a bit old-fashioned platform? You're talking about nowadays, it is not popular, it is not well known among younger people. Well, yeah, I still observe you like as a young person, but like, I mean, there are platforms which are a bit more well known, such as like TikTok, but really it depends on customers, and it depends like what you're going to sell. It depends like
exactly, and that's why we advertising our services in Facebook, because of old schooling, because the audience more than 30.
All right.
There is in this there are in this platform, in this social media, there are all business in Facebook. Because they don't have any time, they don't have any time to spend in Instagram, for example. but Facebook is a platform for business communication, for exchanging
Your life experience.
work experience, so on. That's why Facebook is the best platform for now. I think it's my opinion. The best platform for advertise B2B services.
Like to promote your business.
Facebook still has a big part of covering.
Okay, like I get, if you're talking about like what I got from your point, that if you're talking about Facebook, it is more well known among people who are like 30 plus. And in that case, like they don't have much time to search for something, which is like maybe more my opinion. And they're, well, it is like a good way to promote your business via Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, still for now, but it will change, of course, because the previous generation, yes, is growing on TikTok, Instagram, and Instagram is becoming old school too because of TikTok, I think.
Okay.
And we will be forced. Yes, we will be forced to use TikTok and so on for advertising our services, B2B services, but later, not for now.
What do you think about promoting your business via popular influencers such as like bloggers? How do you think? Is it maybe not profitable? Is it a useful thing?
I think it's extremely useful thing. I have never used it in general, in truth, but I also think about it, and I think that influencer marketing is one of the best channel to provide to promote your services, especially if you need to build your brand. It's not just about purchases and sales. It's about your brand, and I think that influence marketing is the best way.
Of course, like you can cooperate with some of them, and they can promote it like all the time, for example, like every week or something like that. So it is a useful thing. Yes, okay, I got you.
I agree with you.
If you're talking about next question to which we would like to move on, if you're talking about the current situation, what's happening in Ukraine now, the war, coronavirus, and all those issues, how can the government, how can they uphold businesses and entrepreneurship in general?
It's a good question.
Does it uphold you somehow, if it is not a secret?
How can I uphold my business, you mean?
Yes.
It's not about government.
Like it doesn't uphold your business at all.
I don't understand exactly. Repeat, please.
Okay, if you're talking about the government and the situation in Ukraine, how the government can uphold how it can uphold the business and and the businessman,
and how the government uphold my business if it's not secret? Yes.
If it's not a secret, yeah.
The secret. It's not the secret because it's absent. As for my business,
it's absolutely absent. Okay.
But I got on the start of the war, I got 6,000 as sole proprietor because I work official and I have my registration as sole proprietor, and I got from government the 6, but it's what's left.
Yeah, like unfortunately, it didn't. I guess it didn't help you to to develop your business and to set up your business in another city. Yeah, and that's a bit ridiculous.
I should notice that our government decrease our tasks. And
Decrease or
if
increase?
no, decrease.
I mean, like reduce. Okay.
Reduce, yes, reduce, because before
Because of the
war,
war?
the tax for sole proprietor on the third group in our system paid 5% of income, of whole income. And
All right.
after the war, starting of the war, our government reduced this percent to 2%, just 2%, and reduce, not reduce, исключить, accepted social tax, because we as sole proprietors, we should pay every month near 1,000 hryvnias. And
like a social...
no, and even if we don't have any incomes in 1 month, we always every month pay
You should pay that
1,000.
tax.
Yes, and this tax every year is increasing. And in the period of war, from that times, our government accepted that that social task, but I have heard the news that they think that this time
do they want to renew this?
Yes, this time should be end, and we should pay.
And they want you, like, not you, they want to renew this tax and like pressure you to pay.
And up our tasks from income from 2 to 5% too.
That's ridiculous, but still, maybe they try to survive somehow, and they don't really pay attention like what's going on in our reality. And what we are going to talk about, scalping. Do you know what is like scalping?
Scalping, it's about scalping. I know what is scaling, масштабування.
Not really. What about scalping?
It's about I understand in general, but I don't know how to impress by words. Tell me, please.
First of all, I won't tell you, but you're going to read the text and you'll understand it from the text. That's an interesting one. That's a little interesting, very easy text, very easy article. So let's read it and discuss several phrases after the text.
Okay, the text in this frame, yes?
Yeah, like exercise number 1.
Okay, exercise. Your favorite music group is going to be performing a concert near your home. You know it's going to be very popular and it will be full. If you buy tickets and in advance, it will mean you will have to wait in line for hours at the ticket office. If you call, you will have to be ready the minute they go on sale and you have a busy full-time job. Alternatively, you could just arrive there at the concert on the night and buy them from people outside, but they will cost about 50% more than if you buy them in advance.
So that's about scalping, and that did you get it now?
Delegated.
Did you get it from that text? What was scalping?
I read this, but I didn't.
Okay,
I have not get it.
Let's pay attention at this phrase. You could just arrive at the concert on the night and buy them from people outside, but they will cost about 50% more if you buy them in advance. Let's imagine the situation that you have no time to wait in a queue somewhere for tickets or for for something, and you saw a man who is a scalper, and you just asked him whether just whether you have tickets. He said yes, but they are a bit more expensive, whether you can buy them like at the cinema, at the box office, and he decided to pay him. So like that's sort of like speculatia, speculянство. And if we are going to discuss, and it is like full of nice words which might be used like in your business conversation. So first of all, let's start with the first question. Have you ever bought tickets for the concert or a sport event for someone for an increased price, and why?
No, I haven't. I have never bought tickets this way.
In general, what do you think about what do you think about scalpers and scalping?
I think it's maybe a very useful thing when this is happening in specific time and in specific places. Yes, because these scalpers do more easily to achieve what do you want. But if the scalpers do the business on that, and for example, if I want to buy a ticket on train,
all right,
this is a very often situation. They are staying on the near railway station and to provide these tickets, because they are all tickets was bought by them 5 minutes ago, and you don't have another choice. You should pay more for them just because they made artificial they made artificial слово на русском вылетело, на украинском.
Okay.
Они создали искусственный дефицит. Дефицит.
Okay, how would you say deficit in English?
Deficit.
So that would be like deficit. Yeah, very
deficit,
good. So
yes.
that's like the easy one. I'll write it down. I write it here.
And this. Oh, 1 second. It's about this question. I want to buy my second car. I want to change my car to another. And this is when I bought my first car. There are many of these scalpings. They also buy a good variant of cars from simple people who want to get rid of their car, but they buy for lower price. They do their big margin, and you should pay them more just because they are scalpers, and that's all. They don't do any values for you, and most of all are groups, because they are hidden some nuances with if you buy this second-hand
they hide they hide some moments about this car, for example, like it can be broken or something like that. But like fortunately or unfortunately, it works in Ukraine all the time, as you said, like a very nice phrase. So like they made this artificial deficit. Yeah, that's like a quite complicated word to remember, like deficit, and you can't buy something. But when it is vital for you and you needed to buy it right now, you have no chance, you have no choice at all. So like you just go to them and buy it from them. But how do you think, if we're talking about Ukraine, is it legal? As you said, like it happens in Ukraine all the time. But how do you think, is it legal if we're talking about the law?
I think this is a black market at all, always, in 99%, because it's illegal, and that scalpings, they are not paying taxes. I I'm ensure that.
But I think that it is like even impossible to scout it. Like it is even impossible just
Yes.
yeah. So
To
that's
pursue that, it's impossible to pursue them. It's all they are little.
everywhere.
or-
Yeah, they're
Yes.
everywhere, and yes, they do their job everywhere and all the time. Here we have vocabulary, and I would like you to focus on vocabulary. Here we have the word, and we have the definition provided. You have to find out which option is like you have to just try to find out which option is correct. If you're talking about the scalper, that's the person who does this like bad things, who just
Someone who buys a product so that they can recreate a version of it, resell it at higher price, collect large numbers of it. It's second, resell it at higher price.
Resell it at a higher price.
Yes.
If you're talking about scout, that's a verb. That's not a noun. So that's, and the synonym of that verb to the word would be like to discover something.
Pursue, maybe? No? To pursue, no?
Not
Discover,
really. Like
yes.
to discover, like розслідувати.
Okay. To look for, create, find something in particular place. I think it's about find something in particular place.
I'm not sure about find something in a particular place.
But one second, not find, looking for.
Like, because we're talking about to discover something,
Yes.
so that's about to look for something.
If it was find out, I choose it, but look for.
Okay, the next one is bar. Like we know several translations for that word. If it is a noun, that's like a place where you can get the drink, or it also can be like a bar of chocolate, or it can be even like a piece of wood. But in that case, bar, that's to ban something.
To ban?
To ban. To ban something, but not
to
just
ban branch.
and that's it. No, like to ban, to not like when you don't allowed to do something to somebody just to prevent him or her from bad consequences.
You mean ban, в смысле ban? Забанить, ban,
Заблокировать.
okay, забанить, да, okay, I got. It's about, so if I see the word bar, it's also about ban, to suspend,
like
yes, suspend.
Absolutely. To ban something.
Okay, to encourage someone to do, stop someone from doing, ask someone to stop. It's about stop someone from doing.
Stop someone from doing something. Just
yes.
It's
our situations in our advertising, because we have a lot of issues with bar, with suspend, with bans, and so on.
Okay, okay, like I got it. But I mean, what about next one? So the next one is retail, and I guess that you know that word. That's like a quite easy one.
It's about retail. It's перепродажа, продаж в різницю.
Okay, it makes sense.
Yes.
So what about this one? Which option is correct?
Designing of packaging for customers, selling our products to customers, creation of advertising for customers. About selling our products to customers.
So that's about selling the products to customers. Okay, what about scammer?
Scammer, it's как бы этот synonym.
Thief, synonym.
Synonym, yes. It's a synonym of crook, scammer, I think.
Can you come again with the phrase, please?
Crook is мошенник.
Oh yeah.
And scammer, it's near something.
That's it can also.
But in our business world, scam, it's yes, it's about something, some hype.
Like affair.
Some hype which take a lot of attention from different people, and they are doing something bad towards them.
Other people.
Yes.
Okay, so that's about.
For example, they take their money and don't remain there.
But like what I would like to mark here, like they take their money, they don't steal their money.
they steal money, but more legal way.
More legal way. Mhm,
Yes,
absolutely.
but it's scammers 100%.
Okay, what about yeah, so that's about scammers. What about entrepreneur? That's an easy one.
Entrepreneur, it's me.
That's you. Okay.
Yes. A person who starts a new type of business, lends people money for their business, buys business from people. I think it's about starting a new type of business because
That's about starting a new business. Mhm.
yes,
What about
because lends people money from their business, but it fits too. Buys businesses from people. I think this all phrases are correct.
okay, all of them are absolutely correct, but I would like to simplify it a bit, and the best one would be like a person who starts a new type of business. Try to
Yes.
simplify. Don't think about it so deeply. What about gaming?
Gaming. It's about грати, ну, грати, да? The act of cheating in a card game, hunting and killing birds, playing computers games. It's about playing computer games, I think.
That's like, that's the easy one. That's like to play computer games. And commerce.
Commerce, it's about the act of transporting, buying and selling. It's about buying and selling. That's
buying and selling. Okay, look, I'll take a screenshot of these phrases and I'll send you them in a minute so you can use them in the next exercise. So that's like part B, and I would like you to fill in these empty gaps with the appropriate words from the first part of that exercise.
Okay. There is a lot of risk involved in being but you can also make an awful lot of money. It's about entrepreneur.
There is a lot of risk involved in being an entrepreneur, but you can also make an awful lot of money. Absolutely. Yes. That's like about starting the business or running the business. What about next one?
His parents thought he was wasting his life as all he was interested in was gaming. Maybe I'm.
His parents thought that he was wasting his life as he was interested in, but now he's making thousands of dollars as you know, like if you're talking about some people who plays games non-stop.
Yes.
And after those, like they like earn money, they make money on that.
Yes.
He was gaming. What about number 3?
He pretended to be working in the financial industry, but he was actually and he tricked a lot of people out of their savings. It's about, I think, 1 second. I think it's about scalper because I know I have one of my interests. It's about
to be working
stock market and investment.
That's about
and in this sphere, in this niche, there is scalpers. The people who do speculation. Yes. No. 1 second. It's about scammers.
He pretended to be working in financial industry, but he was actually a scammer.
Yes, it's about scammers. Yes.
And he has tricked a lot of people out of their savings. So that's like absolutely, in that case, you're just trying to get money from people and nothing more. So you're not interested in something else. You're just interested in getting money from
and they don't give them any valuable.
Of course, yeah, like it is not profitable. Oh, how it can be profitable when you give your money to somebody else? What about now?
She didn't think she would enjoy working in, but she is now an area manager for a number of stores for a large cosmetics company. She didn't think she would enjoy working in, 1 second, in retail.
In retail, and that one is absolutely right. Okay, what about number 5?
The company sent a team over to Germany for location for their new office.
To
It's
find
about-
out, to find out, like just to find the location, or just to, I know, discover the place and try to find the location. How would you say, in other words,
I
try to
think
find?
it's about to scout.
To scout. So, to scout for location for their new office. What about number 6?
Number 6. After the two presidents had met, something between the two countries increased considerably. 1 second. After two presidents had met. Second.
Like, in case you're
e-commerce.
Commerce. So that's about commerce. All right. What about number 7?
Commerce, yes. 7. It wasn't cheap, but I managed to buy us all tickets from a scalping outside of the concert.
Yeah, so that's about
From a
scalper.
scalper, yes.
If you're talking about this man, that's like a bit another from scammer, but you got that. And the last one would be number 8, and we'll discuss several questions with these words.
His criminal record will him from owning his own business in this country in the future. His criminal record will bar him.
From owning his own business in this country in future. Here we have several questions which contains these words from the previous exercise, and we'll discuss just several questions, not all of them. So let's start with the first one. Maybe that one is the most interesting. Can you tell me, have you ever been the victim of scammer? What happened?
Yes, I had some history about that, but I wouldn't say that I was victim, but victim was my знакомые, friends, не друзья.
Like in that case, say familiar.
My familiars, yes, who trusted me, and they lost their money, but I earned money, but they lost because I managed to cash out my money.
All right.
They not from this scammer. When I scouted the situation, I managed to cash, but they not. And what happened?
Okay, like in that case, like I got what you mean, because first of all, I thought that you were a scammer in that situation, but then
No.
Okay, then I got your point.
I faced with some scammer company.
You just faced with the scammer company, and you
Mom,
were. But
it was
you would consider yourself as a victim in that situation, but your familiars were the victims of that situation,
yes,
because
they didn't manage to cash their money, and I did, but I did.
Okay, if you're talking about one more question, what kind we discuss? I think that we discussed it, so we can move on to question number 2. What skills do you think you need to work successfully in retail?
As said, one cool guy, Евгений Чичваркин, you should have a good smile and a good ability to buy something cheaper and to sell it with your smile and with your pleasant to other people, with more higher price. That's all.
Like,
But I'm joking. In general, it's I think it's about skills. I think the person must have basic entrepreneurship skills. I think it's not something special, because retail is the most part of all businesses. It's about
So
retail.
like if you're talking about retail,
Many people use retail for their business.
okay, like
I think they should have a thick skin. I don't know. Can I say that?
Skin,
Yes.
okay, like
Толстую кожу. Толстую кожу.
okay, like I got it. Like you have to be very like strong person to do something, and as you said, like according to what you said, that you have to smile and have an ability, and like some skills have to sell something.
Yes,
And
you should be you should have a big empathy to other people.
Empathy. Mm-hmm.
Yes, because they if you have that one, you build your atmosphere. For example, it's about your school, not easy.
Environment. In that case, better to say like environment.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When I met this school in not easy, your school, and I had this impression that this school was found by a person who like what they do.
Yeah, like this person is absolutely passionate about like
passionate, exactly.
Yes,
And I think in retail this is okay thing. To be passionate. What do you sell?
When you're absolutely passionate about like what you do.
It's about service. It's about service. It's about good mood and beautiful behavior from sellers and so on. It's about environment.
That's like how you treat. That's like how you treat the people, and maybe, but like I won't consider it like as a retail, but in general, it is very interesting one. Look, the next what we are going to do, we are going to discuss several phrases, and I would like you to read the first one, and we'll find out like the appropriate answer for this one. So what you have to do, you have to look at the following sentences and choose the best way of rephrasing the section which is underlined, and we'll discuss this phrase as well.
Okay, during the advent of the digital age, many companies struggle to adapt. During the advent of...
If you're talking about the advent of, like поява.
Advent, it's about поява. It's not about путешествие.
No, that's not absolutely about adventures. If you're talking about adventures, that's пригоди. But during the advent of the digital age, many companies struggle to adapt. Like to get used to something.
I think it's about the advent of the part of the way to part of the invention of. During the, I think it's about invention of. The invention of.
The invention of, not really. If you're talking about that one, that would be like the early part of. If you're talking about the beginning, you can just use this phrase as well, like the early part of. During the early part of the digital age, many companies struggle to adapt. Like the start of something, the beginning of something. If you can move on to the next one, I would like you to read it and we'll discuss this phrase.
With things like toothpaste and toilet paper, we often buy in bulk as it's a lot cheaper that way. Buy in bulk это купувати оптом. Purchase a small size, purchase in large shop, purchase in large quantities. I think it's about purchase in large quantities.
Absolutely, and yes. You're right. Purchase in large quantities. If you can discover some big shops or big stores such as like Metro, where people or Ashan, or because like and we have this very well known Metro, because all entrepreneurs, they come there like to buy something in bulk. If you're talking about
potatoes in the fair,
yeah, you can buy it in bulk to get it cheaper. And can you consider yourself as a person who buys everything in bulk to get it cheaper?
Sometimes I do it. For example, I like to buy in bulk the potato.
Onions. Okay.
onions, and carrots.
And
My
carrots,
wife likes. My wife
That's like-
likes, and we also take the car and go to, and it's удобно, convenient. Yes.
That's convenient. That's
It's
convenient.
convenient because when you have мешок, I don't know how to say.
When you have a bag,
Bag. When you have a bag with potato, you don't you shouldn't go every time to your shop to buy that. You
like to the nearest
you
shop to
just
get it.
take it and you prepare some food for that, and that's all. And it's cheaper because when I buy 1 or 2 bags, it's I think it's about 100 and 200 rivers.
So like it's okay, like it is cheaper, but if you're talking about if you're talking about business,
Yes.
is it useful to buy everything in bulk?
If I yes, for example, I have my new program for accounting, financial accounting, and I bought the annual package.
All right.
Because of this is more cheaper than if I buy this every month.
Okay, like I got it. So if you're talking about buy in bulk, it may be it may like profitable for you.
Yes.
Like when you buy something in bulk.
I know that in any way I will pay this, but I can pay for whole year
save money.
annual and save money. It's a good practice.
You can save money. If you're talking about the next one, so I would like you to read it, and that's quite easy.
While many businesses delay paying smaller businesses for their services, I believe there is a moral argument against it. I got it, but there is a law preventing it. It is clear and ethically wrong. It is a reasonable idea. There is a moral argument against it.
If you're talking about moral, it doesn't have any connection, like it is not wired with law.
Moral, it's about law, yes.
Yeah, no, moral, absolutely. That's not absolutely about law. That's absolutely two different things.
I remember this word we learned, moral. But it's not about moral.
No, in that case, that's absolutely about moral.
Moral, it's moral.
Moralny.
Moralny, yes. If we talk about moral, it's not about law, because law it's about official or something, and I think it's about it is clear and ethically wrong. It's about ethic.
Okay, it is clearly and ethically wrong. Okay, I got you. Look, on the next page, we have some phrases, like phrasal verbs, and what I would like to discover with you, and some words which might be new, some phrasal words which might be new for you. And I would like you to start with the first one.
I can't find flowers for my wife anywhere. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow, and every shop I've been to is sold out, I think.
Sold out. If you're talking about sold out, it means that like when you come to the shop, you can't see like the goods which you need, or like, and it is sold out. You can't find it.
Yes. The next.
Yes, please.
Yes, you need to plan ahead for Valentine's Day. You need to plan ahead for Valentine's Day. Even if you do find some flowers, if you do, they mark down the price several days before. It gets really expensive. It's about down up.
Not really.
Down off.
No, not really. Not really, because in that case we're talking about mark up. And if you're talking about mark up, then it's оценка. For example, if we're talking about some special days such as like International Women's Day or Valentine's Day, usually the salesman, like, or the people who sells these goods, they mark up the price several days before, so it is Oh, well, it is possible. That's not about possibility. That's, oh, you can buy it, but the price is increased on these products.
Okay.
So that's like markup, наценка.
Thought the club is going to be packed. People have been lining for 2 hours already, and it's not even open yet. People have been lining.
If you're talking about lining, so that's like a line. Americans, they use this word, but like people, they
Линия, построение.
Like шикуватися, we have this word in Ukrainian language, but if you're talking about the English people, they prefer to use queue. But lining, if you're talking about lining up, that's like to stay in a queue and you wait for something.
Stay in a queue, lining up?
Stay in a queue.
Стоять в очереди, да?
Yeah, absolutely. So like they are lining, they are in a line, or like they are in a queue. So they are lining up.
Got it. Okay. I would only had the exercise bike for a couple of months before. I sold it to my brother. I just never had time. I only had the exercise bike for a couple of months before I sold it. It off.
Not really. If you're talking about sold on, let's imagine that you like had something for several years, but then you decided that you don't need it anymore. For example, like you had your car for several years, and then you decided to sell it on, which means is like to sell it to somebody else.
It's like get rid of something, yes?
Not really get rid of something when you're trying to sell it to somebody else. It is not new anymore, like перепродати. If you're talking about this one, it is like sold on.
Okay. Next, I think they are planning a new housing development here. A local building company has been buying all the land. They own almost all it now. They has been buying out.
Buy up.
Выкупили, да?
Not really. Like in that case, you can use like buy up. If you're talking about buy up, is like викупляти. So like they buy up all the land here, all the fields, just to build something new here.
This is a good phrasal verbs for this to learn.
Yeah, but I just want to mark them. So, and I'll send you this file later on, so it might be useful for you. But I just give me. Okay, what about number? What number is it now? So it is number 6. Yes.
I managed to secure several investors who will help me set my new business set up.
Oh, that's the easy one. If you're talking about set up, just like to establish something.
To launch, to establish.
To launch, you can use it as well.
7. Thefts.
I think that it is like thieves. That there is a mistake here because like thieves. Yeah, that's a bug. Thieves.
What is thieves?
Thief, that's like a sort of a man or a woman who steals things from other people.
Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it.
That's like a man or a woman who who is trying to steal something from you, like thief. Or you can also like robber, грабіжник, or like thief.
Okay, robber. Okay. fifth have
Thieves,
increased.
like thieves.
Thieves
Thieves.
thieves have increased in the stores recently, so they have hired more security guards to look for shoplifters.
If you're talking about
To look
Mhm.
to look out.
To look out. So if you're talking about to look out, that's like пильнувати. Look like what's going on around the shop or around around the place.
Пильнувати, слідіть, да? Look out. Okay. We don't seem to be able to sell these new computers. We don't seem to. They are all stacked in the back room, still stacked away.
They are all stacked up. So
Stacked.
they're all stacked up, which means like, and they are all lying somewhere, and nobody uses them. Nobody uses them. So that's about like stacked up. Okay, and for homework, like you'll get this exercise where you are going to use the phrasal verbs and these words, which I'm going just.
This is a sick term for me. This phrasal verbs. I don't understand.
So is it difficult to is it like complicated to get it?
Yes, and I have a lot of mistake, and I don't understand a lot of these phrasal verbs. Like difficult for me.
So I want you to use them in your article. So and the main topic of that you're going to write a paragraph giving your opinion like on the practice of scalping, and do you think it should be allowed or not? Like you provide me with your opinion today, but I want to like check out your writing skills. All right?
Okay.
And I'll send you the homework. I'll send you like the exercise which you'll have to do. And the next lesson is on Friday, the same time. And I'll try to establish this another application, which is called Google Meet.
Yes, it's a very good and convenient.
It is like more convenient. It's like it's more convenient.
Yes, it's defined. Yes.
But like definitely yes. But first of all, like I have to check it out because I have never used it before. So really, I have to check it out and try to like set up our next lesson there. So by the way,
you will be impressed. Yes,
I will be impressed. Okay.
Yes.
So in that game,
it's pretty much easy. Just click on link and in your browser it launch as soon as possible.
So there is no need to install a new application.
No. They don't have any application
at all.
Just for Android or iOS. That's all. There is just web browser version for PC, and that's all. Okay, like I got you. In that case, I'll try to do something. I'll try to solve it out. And by the way, see you on Friday. Take care of yourself, and I'll send you the homework. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening, and I will be waiting quiz words too. Yes. Oh yeah, of course. Like I'm going to write down these words there. Okay, so bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye.